Masa or month. The month in the Panchangam is based on the solar cycle. The start of the month is considered to be 0 degrees entry of the sun into a Rashi. The 12 Rashis correspond to 12 months. Each month has days varying from 29 to 32. The month is named after the nakshatra in which the moon will sit, or sometimes will be near to when it is full. The first month of the Hindu calendar corresponds to the spring month when the full moon occurs in the nakshatra Chitra, and the month is known as Chaitra. This table shows the relationship of the months with the nakshatra. The 12 Masa are Chaitra, Vaishakha, Jyeshta, Ashadha, Shravana, Bhadrapada, Ashvina, Kartika, Margashirsha, Pausha, Magha and Falguna. This figure shows how the Hindu months are named after the nakshatra in which the full moon occurs. Since the full moon occurs when the moon is opposite the sun in its orbit around the earth, the nakshatra of the full moon is generally 180 degrees opposite to the Rashi the sun is in that particular month. The Gregorian month and the Hindu month. This figure shows the relationship between the Gregorian month and the Hindu month. Please study this figure for a few moments. We see that the start of the Gregorian month corresponds to the entry of the sun into the 15th degree approximately of the Rashi, sidereal zodiac, while the start of the Hindu month corresponds to the entry of the sun into the 0th degree of the Rashi. This 0th degree entry of the sun into the Rashi is the reckoning of the month in the Hindu calendar. The new year begins when the sun enters 0 degree Aries and is completed when the sun has traversed through 360 degrees of the Rashi Chakra in 12 months. The sun's entry into 0 degree Aries generally falls on April 14th of the Gregorian calendar. Hence, 14th of April marks the first day of the Panchangam. The sun's entry into 0 degree Aries, Mesha, is the start of the month Chaitra. The sun's entry into 0 degree Taurus, Vrishabha, is the start of the month Vaishakha. The sun's entry into 0 degree Gemini, Mithuna, is the start of the month Jyeshta, and so on. The tropical zodiac are just signs and not actual constellations. The tropical zodiac is ahead of the actual zodiac or Rashi Chakra by 21 degrees and 46 minutes, which is the Ayanamsha. Hence, we see that Dakshinayana begins on June 21, the summer solstice, which marks the entry of the sun into the sign Cancer, not the constellation. In the Hindu calendar, Karka Sankranti is celebrated around 16 July, which marks the entry of the sun into the actual observable constellation Karka or Cancer. Dakshinayana happens much before Karka Sankranti. Similarly, we see that Uttarayana begins on 22nd December, winter solstice, which marks the entry of the sun into the sign Capricorn, not the constellation. In the Hindu calendar, Makara Sankranti is celebrated around 15th January, which marks the entry of the sun into the actual observable constellation Makara or Capricorn. Uttarayana happens much before Makara Sankranti. Around some 2000 years ago, when the two zodiacs coincided, the sun's entry into the constellation Cancer marked the beginning of Dakshinayana, and the sun's entry into the constellation Capricorn marked the beginning of Uttarayana. All the Hindu festivals and religious holidays in India are dated using the Hindu lunisolar calendar, not the Gregorian solar calendar. In the Western system, there are 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. In the Indian system, there are 6 seasons, as 2 months make for a season, Ritu. The Ritu are Vasanta, spring; Grishma, summer; Varsha, monsoon; Sharad, autumn; Hemanta, winter; and Shishira, or pre-vernal season. The pre-vernal season is the period from the end of winter and the beginning of spring. This table shows the relationship of the month, Masa, season, Ritu, and the festivals. The months are Chaitra and Vaishakha form Vasanta or spring. Jyeshta and Ashadha form Grishma or summer. Shravana and Bhadrapada form Varsha or monsoon. Ashvina and Kartika form Sharad or autumn. Margashirsha and Pausha form Hemanta or winter. Magha and Falguna form Shishira or pre-vernal season. Samvatsara. The 60-year cycle corresponds to the Hindu century. After the completion of 60 years, the calendar starts anew with the first year. The Graha Jupiter in about 12 years and the Sun in 1 year pass through the same series of nakshatras. So a given year can be dated as the month of a 12-year cycle of Jupiter. A collection of 5 such cycles or 60 years is called Brihaspati Chakra, and each of the 60 years has distinct names given in this table. The current year 2018 to 2019 is named Vilambi. Samvat. Samvat refers to era. Several Indian calendar systems use the era or Samvat to provide a historic reference, like how the Gregorian calendar uses the common era, which has the birth of Jesus Christ for its historic reference. Vikrama era refers to the coronation event of the legendary king Vikramaditya in Ujjain. Currently, we are in 2075 Vikram Samvat.